The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is going on, everybody? It is finally Friday, my favorite night of the week. I know I say that a lot, but I really do mean it. I got lights going. We're having a great time. Joining me, as always, my left-hand man, the author, David Applegate.
Good day, friends and fans. Welcome to another Men's Room. Happy Groundhog Day.
Happy Groundhog Day, indeed. The man that saw his shadow, the doctor, coffin nails himself.
Good evening, and remember, you got to keep that eye of the tiger.
Eye of the tiger.
Inside.
Nice reference. Nice reference. He's a knight. He's the anime knight. What's up, buddy?
Greetings, fellow peasants and nobles alike. I hope you all are going to have a wonderful time on this wonderful channel with this wonderful stream by our gracious host, who is a king among kings. What topics are we going to get into? Stay tuned.
Joining us late, Channel Dad Brian Late. What's up, man?
I didn't even check my settings.
For shame.
And they're working.
Is it working?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Was that to me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh. I just got in from outside. It's dang cold.
It is pretty chilly. According to Amazon, it's 44 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it's the opposite. Well, yeah. Well, we're in the Celsius and it's summer here and it's sweltering. So we can perhaps share some heat and cool off at the same.
That sucks.
It's 36 here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Lord mercy.
try 36 Celsius and then you'll be wishing it was 36 Fahrenheit.
I don't know what 36 Celsius is.
36, that's got to be like almost 100. Because 20 is like 68 degrees.
It's 54 degrees out here, and the nearest storm cloud is like 23 miles away from me.
Wow.
It's Florida weather right now.
Hey, guys, everybody, the phone lines are open, by the way. 540-205-6863. Call in.
96.8. That ain't hot.
Yeah, I was going to say that's almost 100 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, 96 ain't bad.
That's the humidity, man.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. That is true. Humidity would suck.
Well, first we have confirmation that the man himself, Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, has been declared deceased.
Yeah. We're good talking about weather, and now we're talking about Carl Weathers. I guess it's a good transition.
Yeah, well, I have to get off the weather because we're never going to get off it otherwise.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed.
The only thing I really saw him in was The Mandalorian that I'm pretty sure of.
Did you ever watch the Rocky films?
Nah. I didn't like Rocky. I tried watching it. I just didn't care for it.
Wasn't he in Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah, you're right. I did see that.
Right?
So the first four...
Didn't he have a hand missing or something?
Yeah.
The first four are classic.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a hand missing.
What's that?
The first four Rocky films are just awesome. And then the fifth one's not that good. But then Rocky Balboa comes back and it's pretty darn good. So,
for a while,
that's cool.
From 2004 to 20, he tried to reinvent himself as a comedian between 2004 and 2013 before returning to action. And he's done
Right.
a number of TV shows and films, but he never stood out until The Mandalorian. A lot of, millennials probably only know him from that.
Mm-hmm.
Or that guy who used to be the footballer showing up at Oakland games.
Right.
Hmm.
Really? They don't know him from
Nice.
Predator, their first Predator film? I mean, that's pretty iconic.
Yeah,
film,
he was in that.
Yeah.
But
He's
most
in-
millennials only know that's the thing about millennials. They only seem to like the reboots
Hmm.
because it's for modern audience.
I
Although,
think the Predator
according-
would hold up with anyone. Or the first
Mm.
Predator film, I mean. Not
Yeah,
the Predator.
that's
I didn't care much for that.
That's the problem. They try to basically stifle creativity by just endlessly rebooting. Although we can't say reboots are a modern thing, because if you go back to the 1950s, they rebooted a lot of 1930s movies.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, some for the best though, because some of them weren't all that good.
Or didn't have audio or poor quality.
Well, they remade the Star is Born like 5 times now, so
I'm pretty sure of that.
yeah. But when they remade The Thing, that was already a pretty good movie, The Thing from Another World, and then they remade it. It was like even better. So it's like, when's the last time you saw a remake that was better than the original? That hasn't happened probably since The Thing. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know.
I think the second Miracle on 34th Street's better than the first.
Now, which is the first one? The one with Natalie Wood's a little girl?
I don't know. It's black and white.
Yeah. And which remake are you talking about? Because there's been a couple remakes of that.
Has there?
There was a TV movie with Marlo Thomas where they do a sex swap, and that was in the 70s, I believe.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
No, I was just talking about the 94 one.
Oh, okay. And I don't know if I've seen that one or not. I'll have to watch it now if you think it's that good. The one with Richard Attenborough plays Santa Claus? The old guy from Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's cool. I like that one.
I have to check that one out.
It's pretty fun.
I can only watch Christmas Vacation twice this next Christmas and watch that one once instead of watching Christmas Vacation 3 times. There you go. That's what I'll do.
No, you should watch Christmas Vacation 4 times and watch other stuff around that, because Christmas.
I was just watching it the other day. I mean, I could watch that movie an infinite number of times.
Oh yeah. All right, so like, it's no secret. My wife struggles with anxiety. And one of her favorite, like, when she has an issue pop up, she'll throw on Christmas Vacation. That's her like calm movie, because it's funny, it's enjoyable, and it's just she can quote that movie forwards and backwards.
It gets better every time you watch it, pretty much. I mean, it's not. Yeah. It never gets old.
Nope.
Yeah, that'd be a good movie.
Hilarious. So. Speaking of funny, Jim Carrey's coming back as Dr. Robotnik for Sonic 3. Did you guys watch Sonic 2?
I'm all for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Sonic 2.
I watched it in theaters. We all gathered up at my work, and we literally watched it. We all gathered up. We watched it.
Nice. I didn't get to see it in theaters.
I saw it in the theater with my daughter.
Look for The Thing.
Okay.
We don't have it there, unfortunately. I looked.
I was just curious.
I looked at the listings and everything. I asked my bosses, and they told me, "Nah, we don't have it."
Okay, I was curious. It was there. So we'll rewind. This morning, I asked Anime Night to check out some numbers. There is a TV series. It's not really a TV series. It's been streaming. You can actually, it's on the CW now. They've purchased and they've done an agreement to air this show. I think on Sunday nights. It's called The Chosen.
Hmm.
Have you guys heard of it?
No, I've heard of The Chosen One, the Eddie Murphy movie. I don't.
No, this is called The Chosen. It's the story of Jesus.
No, well, that's the Golden Child.
So
The
you
Chosen?
can The Chosen's a show. It's directed by Dallas Jenkins. It's Angel Studios, and you can actually there's an Angel Studios app you can get on.
Oh,
and
okay,
you can watch them all for
that's
free.
That's the same
It's the
studio
same-
that brought us that movie,
Sound of Freedom.
that just Sound of Freedom. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
that one's still huge. That one was still huge when we were running it.
Oh yeah,
it was like the biggest sleeper.
I want
And my
to
boss
buy
looked at
that.
me.
I want the Blu-ray for Sound of Freedom, but I don't want to watch it again.
I know. It's
such
not
a sad. No.
It doesn't not exactly uplifting. It just makes
no.
It's a film you should watch at least once.
It just makes you want to go to war. It just makes you want to go to war.
It just makes you want to Minecraft a whole lot of people without getting too specific.
So this show, it's called The Chosen. Season 4 just released, and last night we went to the local theater to catch it. They last season they put out the first 2 episodes in theaters to kind of do a fundraiser and get people to come. And so the money that comes off of that, they put it back into production, and they'll continue to make their series. Now, the Angel Studios app is completely free. You can get on there, you can download it, you can check it out, you can watch the show, and they want to bring you that for free. So what they do is in a couple weeks they're going to release 1, 2, and 3 episodes 1, 2, and 3 on their app. But right now you can watch it early on by going to the theater. So that's what we did last night, man. That was a fantastic show. Now it was season 4, so like if you're not familiar with it, I won't spoil anything for anybody. We're gonna basically touch on it real quick, and then
so it's already on season 4. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they want to go to they want to go to season. I think he said around. I think it'll be in. They've got plans to make it 8 seasons long. And it'll just cover the entire story. So it was fascinating to see different stories in the Bible come to life on a real set, and see things through a lens, on the screen and stuff like that.
People
do what?
People still say Mel Gibson's Passion of Christ is the best.
It's good, but it doesn't. So the Passion of the Christ revolves around the death.
Right. This looks like it's more like covers pretty much his whole.
This is pretty much the introduction to meeting Jesus. So like I think there's through the Bible it talks about he preached and taught for 3 to 4 years. So you're getting to see this aspect of it from where he met all of his disciples and came from nowhere. You meet John the Baptist, stuff like that.
Basically, it covers his whole ministry of like 3 to 4 years.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, they're gonna show the death and stuff, but that'll be like season 7 and 8, death and resurrection. So, as far as TV screen wise, like it's the best. It's pretty much the best this depiction. But like I said, you guys can go to Angel Studios, check that out. It's a really good show. I know a lot of people that aren't particularly into religion, stuff like that, and they've watched it and was like, this is a really good show. So the acting is on point. It's
it also, from my understanding, from what I also heard, it doesn't really show the religion in your face. It just tells a cohesive story.
Yeah.
And you don't feel insulted by it. It's like, oh, I actually like this. I don't feel insulted. I don't feel anything. I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah, a lot of people have talked about that it's a nice way to just see the story and see what they went through and whatnot. Here's a picture of the cast. I got Jesus front and center. Jonathan Romy. He played, what was that one? It was recently Jesus Revolution. He was in that movie.
Oh, right.
But that did pretty well in the box office from what I understand. But
man, Angel Studios is like cracking out like the good stuff.
they've done a lot of really good content lately, and they're trying to come out with more. They've got something on the books for some animated series.
You could tell they were really back in the Sound of Freedom. You could tell because everybody, because it's quite telling of who was really against it, because
Yes.
it really showed like who the actual people who were for this are. Well, who were against it, and then it's like, oh my god, how dare this movie come out? Like, oh, let's see your closet then. Let's open your closets. And also in Hollywood, it's ultra telling because they were trying to get that movie banned, and it's like, okay, I see the motive.
Yeah, over 30 million people watch Sound of Freedom because of 1,000. Because all right, let's see. Let me rephrase this. Over 30 people got to see the Sound of Freedom because of 1,000 guild members who donated. That's cool. But yeah, their studios, their streaming service has a lot of really cool stuff. My family watches it. They've got some pretty interesting animated stuff that they're working on with people like Steven Yeun. He's gonna voice some characters. It's some show I knew about it, but I can't quite place the name right now. But yeah, I mean, it's from what I understand, from what I've seen, it's all been really good bangers. There was a funny Christmas story that was not too long ago called the greatest Christmas pageant ever. It involved some kids in a local church that it was a play, but the kids were involved in a Christmas pageant in a local church. Some of the kids were like hoity-toity. Some of the kids were from across the wrong side of the tracks kind of deal. And when I was a kid, we did that play in church for Christmas, and it was so much fun. They're making a movie out of it right now. So good stuff. So I like seeing like wholesome entertainment. Like I want to see stuff like, I mean, like I said, I don't need to see stuff that's shoved down my throat and all put up in my face and stuff like that. I just need to see. I want to see things that tell a good story, that has interest and character and just fun, that makes sense.
Yep, that would be nice.
Exactly. That's all we want. Hollywood. That's all we really want is a cohesive story where we can root for the good guy or the bad guy. How have you? And that's it. We want to just get away from our current world and go to that world for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Just 2 hours of relaxation, pure enjoyment, and popcorn fun.
I can scroll Facebook and see all the crap on here. I don't need to go on. If I go to a movie theater, I don't. That's exactly right. I don't want to see that kind of stuff. I want to see things that are like, oh man, cool. This is futuristic. This is a historical piece. Something. but it takes my mind away from what's going on. Nowadays, you get in the movie theater and it's like, oh, this is the agenda that we're gonna push, and it's like, oh, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, it's so bad. Hell, I could not stand the Mean Girls one. I wanted out of there. Like, I was delivering food and everything. It was on some cringy scenes. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. It wasn't even funny cringy, but it was like bad. It was ultra bad to where you just want to like plug your ears and pray that it's a dream.
Yeah.
Speaking of uber bad, the Suicide Squad game.
Oh God! Don't get me started.
Really?
Do not get me started.
Have y'all seen the Batman?
900% increase in demands for refunds.
Oh, really?
The studio is facing bankruptcy if
the graphics didn't look very good. Is that the reason, or is there more? I think
it's okay. A lot of people bought the game because of it's Conroy's last Batman ride, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way they treated him in the game and the death scene, people have basically demanded, no, we can't. You fix this or we'll give us our money back, you know.
Huh.
Plus, it's overpriced for the size of the game.
Yeah, that's what kind of turned me off from it. And on top of seeing Shark Dude be wearing the ring and everything, it breaks so much lore. It breaks so much, and I'm like, I'm done. I was mad. I don't like Green Lantern that much, but that was enough to really piss me off. And
they saved the worst for last.
Oh boy!
No, I saw it already. I'm like,
yeah, because that's right near the end. But the worst is they have Lex Luthor in the cuts in the when they play after all the heroes have died, which usually people leave Batman to last. Right, that's it. Game over. Then you get Lex Luthor praising Wonder Woman and the Amazonians solving toxic masculinity.
Oh boy!
Oh gosh, dude!
God, fucking ESG strikes again.
The whole game was put together by an ESG committee in the UK. Put up your head as you're surprised.
Okay, did you guys hear where? So they're talking about Green Lantern, and all of a sudden it says, he was it was Jon Stewart, the black guy, and he said, this is Green Lantern. He was a good guy. He was one of the good guys, meaning like he was good because he wasn't white.
Okay.
Yeah. Race swap. Yeah.
I love how Jordan and the other one. Forgive me. My brain is like really.
Guy Gardner.
I like both Green Lanterns. Doesn't matter the race. I love both characters as they are. I don't give a shit about the race. I care about the story of it, and I'm okay with it. But seriously though, who gave Shark Guy here the ring? It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way.
He was the last character I would give a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have if I wanted to kill Green Lantern, I would have been one and done with it and let him keep the ring after he's dead, because that was massive disrespect. And I'm like, you're giving it to a character hardly anyone knows about. That's like giving the Iron Man suit to Ironheart. It's like
he was in that movie.
Character we know nothing about.
Wait, he was?
The Shark Guy was in that new Suicide Squad movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay then. Okay, but still,
did you see the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that was the new one.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was okay.
I liked it.
A little more gore than I cared for, but
yeah, especially when they're ripping off people's faces.
Interesting, but still though, it's just I read the bios, everything, and seeing that ending, I'm just like, Rocksteady, you have just really shit the bed, and you're about to go bankrupt real quick. because they had the pinnacle. The pinnacle was the Arkham series. That was pinnacle. They're great. I'm like, okay, I can respect that.
Yeah.
But when Gotham Knights came out, I don't know anymore. And now this.
So a lot of people are talking about how this is Kevin Conroy's last
they saved it for last, yes.
Yeah,
it wasn't
his last
last, but they
thing.
saved it for, yeah.
Well, they also totally disrespected him in the CW shows where they did that lame Crisis on Infinite Earths thing, and they had him actually physically play a version of Batman that was like a straw man, male chauvinist jerk, and they kill him in that too. I think he's killed by that lame version of Batwoman. I can't remember. It's been so I watched it just because it crossed over with Supergirl, and I was still watching Supergirl before it became all about her stepsister. But I mean, they've disrespected him twice now, basically. So, but anyway,
that's crazy. They love trashing people, man. They love trashing a good character.
They do, because they get their jollies watching the outrage.
Yeah.
Because they don't have anything we could trash. They don't have anything we could trash that they don't already have no regard for, right? They've shed all but their ego. Their goal is Marxist utopia and their own, and you can't trash Marx because, you know, it's just water off a duck's back to the psychotics, but they don't have any icons, you know. They know Marx is trash. They know Marx is a racist. They know Marx didn't live the lifestyle that he advocated for. They know Marx was a capitalist who basically exploited workers' naivety to sell them a book. Gee, I wish I thought of that. And he sexually abused a woman, and his daughter took over and created the Fourth Internationale and the Russian Revolution with the aid, allegedly, of an American think tank, which was headed then by a lawyer by the name of Theodore Roosevelt, who then went on to be U.S. Secretary of State, Navy Secretary, I think, then the president. I think that was it, right? He was briefly served as Secretary of State, didn't he, before being made the Navy?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's amazing. America declares their neutrality and then builds the world's largest Navy, and then tells everybody, this is just to protect our interests. And then they send hundreds of warships to the British. No, it's such a...
Do you guys remember? It's a clip that's been kind of viral. It's hilarious. Eric July is saying the American Society of Magical, you know what? I'm trying to find that clip. Has anybody seen it?
No. Did he actually say that, or is it just?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's Eric July. He's a black guy, so he can say whatever he wants. But
right.
I'm trying to find that clip so that I can put it on here.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to refer to him saying it.
I thought that was the new title of the TV show.
It is. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
He says it. He says that people are clipping it. So when they're talking about it, they hit the button and let him say it. Let's see. Marx had handlers. He wrote the manifesto for the Illuminati. Yep.
Yeah, he was a get the name of the society, but H.G. Wells and a couple of other writers were all part of the same literally circle. Marx was actually being paid by, believe it or not, it's alleged that New York Times was paying Marx's salary along with other companies, because he never worked a day in his life.
Yeah. Young Ripper 59. That's funny.
I don't want
So
to watch the
there's
4-hour video on Rippaverse anyway. So
so
anybody knows
there's a
why?
what?
Sorry,
What?
somebody put out a 4-hour video yesterday on the Rippaverse. Anyone know
Right.
what's gone wrong or what's happened? Why is Eric July?
They're
Why are they turning on
bitching.
Eric?
They're
There's a
bitching
big
they're bitching about him hiring people who have like different political
Right.
ideologies and all that shit. And
Right.
Eric came out, it's like, look, I don't give a shit what my political beliefs are. I don't give a shit who I'm hiring. They leave that stuff at the door. That's the number one rule. Leave that shit at the door. We're all about building product and everything. And Eric, he has a lot of problems. He does. Not it's no secret. I mean, yeah, he's successful in his own right, not going to deny that. But Jesus Christ, he just has to laugh at these people. If people have detractors, you're supposed to fucking laugh at them. Laugh at them. Make them stupid. Make them look dumb in their sayings. Don't give them more ammo to work with because it doesn't help the cause. That's just the way it is. I mean, I had some detractors of my own. I made fun of them. I'm like, oh, look, I have a bunch of haters. Haha. Hello, haters. Here's a cannon. Go launch yourselves into a brick wall. Have fun with that. Here's a cannonball. Even better. That's what you're supposed to do to these people. You're supposed to make them dumb. And
yeah. Justin Lloyd says over on Instagram, my nipples are getting so hard at the sound of that Australian ecstasy of a voice.
Nothing good can come of this.
I know, right? I have a stalker now,
goodness.
everybody.
Geez, I hope it puts past the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, we're past 20 minutes.
32. Yeah, we're good.
That's PG-13 at best.
Yeah, and we can also talk about Nancy Pelosi being racist.
Oh boy!
Did you guys hear about
when
this?
Is she not? When is she not? Wait. Which cock did she bounce on now?
Nancy.
Okay, she called a bunch of her detractors Chinese agents, and they put out a video.
That's not true.
Basically,
that's not true.
Yeah,
so
they put out a
she
video
was being.
It's not true. Yeah.
You gonna keep talking?
Yeah,
you let me talk? Like, can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
She was on her way out to the car, and pro-Palestinian detractors were commenting on why they're not doing anything, why they're not helping Palestine, why they're not doing this or that, and what she said turned out to be very triggering for some people, but there's a reason that she said it. She told these pro-Palestinian detractors to go to China. And she repeatedly said, go to China. If you don't like it, go to China. Go back to your headquarters. Go back to China.
Which
people got to digging. People got to digging back through it. And come to find out, these pro-Palestinian detractors are being bought and paid for by the Chinese government.
Huh.
The same Chinese government who delivered a whole bunch of equipment to Palestine a week before October 7th.
Yeah.
And had the articles written for October 7th on October 6th for the New York Times.
So that is very concerning that you have all of this. I mean,
influence peddling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Remember the big deal they made about Russian collusion and all that? But the moment they bring up China, it's it's going on, but don't worry, we know. And it's like, what are you doing about it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the video. Like, I wanna try to play it, but YouTube's being kind of ridiculous. What's the deal, man? Come on, stop being dumb. Anyway, I don't want to have internet problems. I'm sure I will, because YouTube and my internet sucks. But
welcome to my world on my streams. Sometimes.
why can't I like skip? All right, finally I can skip it. All right, let's see if I can play this. All right, yep. All right, let me turn the volume up a little bit. Full screen. This is gonna be a little blurry. I think this is a cell phone cam.
Yeah, saw that.
Most of your constituents block the side. Stop the genocide. Stop the Holocaust. Democrats want the ceasefire. The Democrats want the ceasefire. The Democrats want the ceasefire.
Go back to China where your headquarters is. So
why didn't she bring up the fact that Gaza turned down the ceasefire not once but twice?
because they want all this to happen to kick off a war. They need us to be in a war so that they can make money.
What about the fact that they never bring up the fact that Egypt also shares a border with Gaza and they don't want these people either. They're not letting them in. But
none of them.
Egypt never gets any heat for that.
No.
Yeah.
The Islamic world. Oh, we're going to protest against America. Oh, and the next day, please give us money. We love you. It's like, it just shows you what hypocrites they all are. They're nothing but self-serving a-holes. But, the politics aside, you've got to remember that running into the 2020 elections, Donald Trump was going to get us into war with Russia. Well, Donald Trump was going to get us into war with Iran. And what do we have? A proxy war with Russia in Ukraine and a proxy war with Iran in Gaza, looking to expand in Jordan, Egypt, Syria, you name it. All the, and don't forget the Houthis and Saudi Arabia and their little expeditions into Yemen, which is all, oh no, but I'm compassionate, Joe the compassionate.
Has anybody seen the preview for Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal?
No. Is this seriously, it's a reboot?
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
But it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, how do you take that seriously?
I was laughing so hard at
have
it.
Margot Robbie play the bad guy.
I'm like, okay, this I can accept because it's hilarious.
No, you know how you make it an even fight? Have the bad guy played by Margot Robbie.
No, have the bad guy fight Chuck Norris.
Oh no, Chuck would just walk in and everybody would leave. He'd just sit down and say, "It's my place now."
Well, it's on Amazon Prime. Someone has to check it out.
It was so surreal to see him at Fan
It's Ewan McGregor's in it. Not Ewan McGregor. My gosh, what in the world? Conor McGregor. Two different McGregors. Although, could they be related?
Possibly, but it's like Smith, It's like Smith. It's possible, but not likely all of them.
Nice. I mean, I might watch it. It looks kind of cool. I'll give it a shot. It's on Amazon Prime. I've got Amazon Prime, so we'll check it out.
Speaking of Amazon Prime, The Boys is overdue. Have they put out a release date on that yet?
I don't know.
Speaking of The Boys, has anyone seen that spinoff?
No.
I have not either.
All right. The fourth season commenced filming August 23rd of 2022. What season are we on?
Fourth, upcoming.
Filming
may
season.
further be delayed is the headline. That's all I got from IGN.
Huh.
They have put out a second teaser trailer 2 months ago, and since then, nothing.
It's season 4, the finale season. February 2023. Eric Kripke confirmed that The Boys season 4 won't be the last.
No.
So they've got, I don't know.
No, they're gonna keep that going as long as they can.
Yeah.
The only release date they have is now. It's definitely going to be 2024, and it's going to get a worldwide release with no exact date.
I don't know. When is it? I mean,
rumor is they keep pushing it back, so because other shows are not, because every time they release The Boys, as you know, every other show just goes.
Yeah, well, it sucks.
No, it becomes The Boys becomes the most watched, and every other show doesn't. And
all right, The Boys coming to Prime Video in 2024. That's all it says according to Amazon News. Amazon.com.
The widely accepted belief is it's because it's one of the few shows that's making them money, they can afford to do this. And the only other reason why they keep changing the release date is because every time they release it, every other show doesn't make money.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make. I mean, they make sucky content. So what is he gonna do?
Well, that's the thing. For every good show they make 10 losers.
Mexican Panzer. There's no border crisis in Texas. Oh, okay. So what do you call what's going on in Texas?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh no, he might be on the other side.
No, it's happening.
It's not a crisis for him. Yeah. It's not a crisis.
LOL.
Oh,
that is some
okay,
scary crap
sarcasm.
going on in Texas right now.
And I have made this prediction before, but we're going to start to see.
I could take you guys to literally the nearest airport. We could all get in a plane. We could fly over the border.
I'm gonna clip that just so to where it says I can take you guys. Oh, he said so. He says there is no war in Ba Sing Se. Okay, Judy. All right, Judy.
Okay. There will be a war in Ba Sing Se. There'll be a war. We will come to your walls.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se. We are not allowed to talk about the war or anything outside of Ba Sing Se. Everything is happy in Ba Sing Se.
Dude, that episode was so creepy. How they were.
Dude, it was.
That was so creepy. I was like, "Oh my god, that's a scary reality."
He said, "I would like to invite you to Lake Lao Guy." He's like, "I would be your humble guest," and Mike starts fighting him.
Yeah, that's a humble guest right there. Yeah, I'm like, "Hi, I'm the humble guest." Starts attacking everybody.
Can't talk about a war if there is no war. Okay.
There is no war if you don't talk about the war.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, there's multiple wars going on. And YouTube hates
hey,
it when we mention it.
Did a video the other day. There are 23 conflicts, of which the US is funding 17. So
no, there ain't. I'm just kidding.
But don't worry. Kim Il-jung says he has no plans to invade South Korea. If I was in South Korea, I'd be buying lots of the boomsticks, right?
You know what? It's so. At first, I was really hoping we would have like a reunited Korea under Trump. We were on the cusp of that. We were that close to having it.
Yep.
Well, I honestly believe that the way things were, that all the talk that Kim Il Jong would have basically said, he's got no son, things are falling apart. I'll take the retirement deal. I'll get out of this racket. But then 2020 happened, and basically, everything falls to shit when you peg if you make a plan, just stick to it no matter what, and you'll basically, Kim Il Jong and people like him, they normally don't last, but it seems to be that liberalism seems to be now thriving on the almost war. You know what I mean? As long as it doesn't get too bad and people think, it's not really a war because it doesn't affect me. They consider, a lot of people in California particularly, as long as it's over there, it doesn't matter to them. You know what I mean? As long as it's an almost war. The problem is, like, look what happened in Boston yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it's yesterday. I think it was the day before. Another Walgreens closed in Boston. I think it's
probably because they were getting raided.
No, the black community is coming out saying we're victims of capitalism. They're closing. Yeah, we're victims of capitalism. They're abandoning us. There's no store looting. That's racism. And everybody's saying, what? You just raided Foot Locker. But there was a raid on Foot Locker going on. At the same time, the black community leaders are saying this shit ain't happening. You just can't make this stuff up. They're just that, there is no war in Baysong, right? But they did also they did an expose on LeBron's school. Did you hear about LeBron's school in Chicago?
No, it's LeBron. So who knows? He's gay.
You mean LaChina James? LaChina James.
Love LaChina James.
Yeah, LeBron has
the man who publicly apologized to China. Like,
that was John Cena.
That's John Cena. Yeah. But you're close.
They're both gay, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Continue, David. Continue. What happened with the kids?
They did a audit because, as you know, he's made $233 million from public funding for his private school. He's made over $234 million, and an audit of his school has shown not one kid has ever learnt to read and write at a adult level. Not one kid has graduated with a full basic education, minimum standard, failed to meet every minimum standard. I'm convinced that diversity, equity, inclusion is nothing more than one big scam to get people to be silent over one big scam. And that is to loot the taxpayer.
That's all it really is. It's a cop out, and it breaks a lot. It breaks a lot of civil rights laws. People forget that these laws are in place. They can't hire. They can't.
Well, they're carving out themselves exemptions, and I blame Star Trek. But like, you go all the way back to the first couple of Star Treks. Oh, you broke the Prime Directive, so we just make up an exemption. That's paraphrasing, but yeah. So you're not allowed to go to Planet X. Oh, we'll just make an exception. We're invited.
No, if I was in charge of a project, I would do it. I would hire people based on like merit and what they can do and what they can bring to the table, not this race crap. It's garbage.
Well, that's going back to
Garbage.
no, that's going back to gamers slash you know what and Eric July and all these arguments over comics books. And as they said the other day, you have now some of the world's largest IP holders not wanting to make comic books because they're not profitable.
Because we hate money. They're the we hate money crowd.
Yeah. What is it? Hasbro wants to become what they call a rights management corporation. They don't want to make comic books or toys anymore. They want to farm it out to subcontractors. But look what happens when you farm it out to subcontractors like Rocksteady. And it's not the only one. I mean, Rocksteady is the latest in a long line of subcontractors who produce absolute garbage.
I wish I was a shareholder right now of these things because I'd be writing scathing letters by midnight.
But they can ignore you because Bob Iger sold most, like 95% of his shares to just before hiring the diversity officer, Victoria Lorenzo, who he later fired and replaced with a black woman. What a shock, right? Out with the Latinos, in with the blacks.
Well, it's as true as what they say. That lady, Loretta Lynch, and the one in a certain AG in New York City, they love sucking the white cream. That's what they like.
Yeah, it's all about the green. You ask all these African activists like LeBron. Hey, LeBron, when are you moving to Africa? Hell no.
Or, hey, Bill Gates, we got a plane ticket right here for you. Yeah, here.
Well,
we're having a party. We're having a party. Hey. Oh, we're in such and such. Hey, Bill Gates, we have an arrest warrant for you. You can't leave. I'm like, sorry, Bill Gates. I like kick him out, close the door, fly away.
Bill Gates gave $1 billion to WHO for Indian healthcare, so he got to skate off the charges of the polio vaccine. They got to blame it on the subcontractors because that's what subcontractors are there for, right? Take the blame.
I could see why Melinda divorced his ass. That was the best thing to happen to him. That was the best thing. Yeah, but she stalked and blackmailed him, so he got what he deserved. All I can say. Yep. But now the question is, what's going to happen to Melinda now? She doesn't have the most powerful man in her pocket.
She'll become a predator like Mackenzie Bezos.
Oh dear. Actually, if I were her, I would spill everything. Yes, I mean, you're an accomplice. I mean, she was an accomplice in some of the things, so I'm pretty sure she's like, oh, I know I'm going to jail. But
the thing is, after 20 years of funding the Seattle City Council, Bezos has moved to Texas. Why? Well, he has to pay. He doesn't want to pay the wealth tax. No, all these green things, all this Green New Deal stuff, all these special taxes and that, the billionaires are funding it because they want the exemptions and they want to use these activists to pull up the ladder so that somebody can't come along and do to them what they did to other businesses 20, 30 years ago, and that's get lots of government money and grow super large, super quick. But the question of whether or not Amazon is profitable, that's debatable because it depends how you measure it. According to their profit and loss statements, they are. But if you take out all the government money and all the subsidies and all the sweetheart deals from investors, they're not profitable.
Nope. That's the same with Disney. It's the same with Disney and a few other places.
Well, that's why Disney. See, in 2022, Amazon made a loss of $2.7 billion on a record revenue, mind you, of $513 billion. And since then, it's been on a 6-year streak. It was on a 6-year streak of profitability, and it's been up and down ever since. But The Guardian reports that its profit surged $9.6 billion, but that was due to interest rates. So all their loans, they made money because their costs went down, not because their sales went up. So all these big projects are funded on borrowing. And who would borrow it? Who would borrow it when you know they're going to raise the prime interest rates? You don't have to be a genius to understand this, because 40 years ago, when I was in high school, I was doing economics. And one of the biggest controversies was this thing called the J curve. You know, when the economy hits rock bottom, and it'll have to go up because, you know, that's the only direction it can go. And one of the articles was about how the Murdoch's paper, The Sun, predicted 2 years earlier this was going to happen, because they said the interest rates were too low, and the only reason why it's too low, and it's aimed at businesses, is the only way big corporations can grow now is to have others shut down. So what do? The banks lower the interest rates, people go out and borrow big money thinking they're going to grow their company, and then when the interest rates go up, they collapse, and then that's when all the private equity funds move in and merge and acquire all the assets and tear these companies down. And ironically, that is exactly what, to some extent, how Murdoch did actually build his business. You know, taking over big media conglomerates, taking all their non-media assets and selling them off to pay for the debts. You know, so they know what they're talking about. But nobody's learnt from that. It's just a constant cycle of collapse that's getting shorter and shorter, you know, from 30 years to 15 years. What's it now? When was the last economic collapse? The
2008.
global financial, yeah.
So
we're due for another.
Thing.
Yeah, the private equity. And what have we had? We've had SoftBank. What do they do? Well, loan billions of dollars out at low interest to companies that went bankrupt, like WeWork. They're trying to create this new economy that doesn't work. I mean, I forget the name. A German philosopher said, and it's not Nietzsche, said that the dumbest thing you can do, right, the height of ignorance, is to try and answer questions that we already know the best answer to. You may not like going to work, but it is the best business model. It puts the creative puzzle in one place. So if you have a problem to solve, everything is within that 15-minute square block, right?
Right.
Even with mass communications, we still have people who go to Tokyo, you know, to every year for a business deal, even though we have mass communication. Why? Because everything's in that. Because if they have a question, it's not just the person you're talking to. They could talk to the engineer. They could see and test the product. They can verify the product. You look at all these non-work from home companies. You look at the failures with, I forget who, WeWork, and what's the other one? Hyperloop, SoftBank. All these, you know, non-traditional businesses are failing. Why? Because already ages ago we solved the problem. And they're trying to unsolve it because they want to be contrarian. And contrarianism is the height of ignorance. To deliberately go against that which is established just because you think it doesn't work, rather than actually proving it doesn't work.
Just want to point out that David, you might want to be careful because according to Mexican Panzer, Brian is a glowy. So he's probably recording all this and putting you on a list.
I'm on a list already. Yeah, I've been on a list for a long time.
So
I'm already on multiple lists anyway, and I do not
Yeah,
care.
I'm on the.
What the hell's a glowy?
a government
A
plant.
fed so bright that you can
No.
spot them from a distance.
Wow.
Literally glow in the dark.
Late lived.
Late
Hey.
lives.
I've been here just listening.
Yep.
Okay.
You ain't feel
My
like
dogs
saying
are
anything?
finally no. My dogs are finally at the moment anyway, knock on wood, are behaving.
Sweet.
So although one of them just farted, so maybe I misspoke.
Well,
What's a glowy?
better fart than a bark.
Can anybody think of a better glowy than Epps?
Back in my day, that was the gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
I remember that show.
Yeah. On like at
hope
2 a.m.
hope I'm not dating myself, but yeah, I remember that show.
Did they make isn't there like an Amazon or Netflix series about
Oh yeah,
that?
there is.
Somewhat. I don't know if it's fictional or if it's real. But
Yeah, I'm sure it's highly fictionalized, but it's supposedly based on real.
based
life.
on true events that happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, based on true events there, Governor, I highly do agree that the sheriff knew everything about it.
So, based on true events, what a legalese worm out. Yeah.
Based on true events.
Yes.
I'm out of things to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's the end of the show.
Oh no.
Yep. We're gonna get started on Coffee and Gaming 30 minutes earlier because I have to be doing adult work at 9 a.m.
Oh.
So
Clip that, everybody. He does adult work.
yes, clip it because I do like
Adult
to do adult
work.
Yeah.
Bow.
No, I have
right.
to do the 9 a.m. It's p.m. Tomorrow morning we're cutting trees, so I got some tree work to do.
Oh boy.
All right.
So I want to.
You heard that? He's working with his wood.
Yeah, I gotta start.
Working his wood.
So it still stands. What I'm saying still stands.
We're starting
Exactly.
at 6:30 a.m. and that way we can get our solid 2 hours in.
All right.
Yeehaw.
You heard that, ladies? He could give you a solid 2 hours.
He can work his wood for a solid 2 hours.
Lord, y'all need Jesus.
And remember,
All right,
cranberry
everybody.
juice is good for UTI infections.
Hang out. Check out all of our links down below. Check out Anime Knight's channel. Check out Brian Lave's channel. Check out David's channel. Check out everybody's channel down below. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m.
R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Keep the eye of the
Carl
tiger,
Weathers.
baby.
Carl Weathers, we love.
Bum bum
Yeah.
bum. Bum 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 bum
Carl
bum.
Weathers is Apollo Creed.
Yep.
Correct.
All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. Good night, and we will see you next
night.
time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jimbo.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. You, New World Order. You, Bill Gates.